Hey guys, welcome back from another walkthrough of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I hope you've been enjoying my last few videos so far, because it's been really amazing so far playing this game. I hope you've been enjoying it as much as I have. We're going to pick up where we left off on the video of being in the grasslands. If you've been enjoying these videos, hit that like button. If you're new to this channel and want to see more for future channels, hit that notification and subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the video. Let's get started. As we are in the ranch of the Chocobos, where we're going to try to get a Chocobo to get across the swamp. We're going to look around here, see if we can find any stuff to use or anything like that. We're going to look at this vending machine here. So far the game has been a lot of I expected and more. The character development and the story so far has been amazing, and I hope to learn more of this story as we go. Here we are, we're going to meet the owner.
Howdy! Saw the sign. Need some chocobos to cross the swamp.
Sorry, Pops, but you're out of luck.
Pops.
Got no more birds. Last one went this morning.
Could have fooled me, kid.
These are spoken for. That or they're not fit for riding. But I can see you're in a bind, so I'll bump you up the list. For a price, of course.
Which is?
10 grand each.
The thing is, we don't have that kind of money. Or any, really.
Well, there is one other option. Only cost you $1 grand. Is what a scoundrel might say. But I wouldn't dream of distressing y'all further. Just so happens one of our birds ran off the other day. Wild thing, but still a fine chocobo. If you can manage to find and catch him, then he's yours. Free of charge.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? Name's Pico. The hardest-headed bird you'll ever meet. By far. And he's the spitting image of Pops here. You can start by looking for his tracks. Find those, and you're sure to find the feet that made him. Now, wild chocobos can be a bit skittish around people. But if you play it cool and creep up real quiet-like, you'll wrangle them no problem.
I think we can do that. Thanks.
And one last thing. This info comes free of charge, provided you promise to stop by our shop. Speak to Chloe back there. She'll sell you whatever you need.
Kid's a born businessman.
If y'all can catch our runaway and get his butt back here, riding and rearing lessons are on me.
Alright, so now we're going to have to catch that Chocobo Pico. Then we're going to meet the sister here.
All he thinks about is money. He's just doing his job. We understand, I suppose, but he's been a real pain about it ever since our parents left. Say, are you guys from Midgar? Yeah, the Undercity. Then do you happen to know Chocobo Sam? Not very well, but yeah, I guess we do. Where is he?
Probably the Sector 6 slums. He's a big deal in Wall.
Why do you ask? I was thinking about reaching out. It's his fault Mom and Dad are gone, so...
Chloe, that's none of these good folks' business.
But they could help.
Don't tell anyone what she told you. Sam's one of the biggest names in the business. If he gets wind of that story, our ranch is done for.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with us. I promise. Oh, take these greens. You can give them to Pico when you find him. They were always his favorite treat, you see. Maybe he'll come back once he's had a taste. Right. Should probably sell you stuff, huh? Billy will throw a fit if I don't at least try to get you to spend a few gil. No pressure, but if anything catches your eye. Also, if you have any golden plumes on you, I can exchange them for Chocobo gear. So be sure to hand them over if you do.
So now we have access to the Chocobo stuff, and it looks like they have some materials we can buy off them to make our items and stuff. Might just buy one thing here. Nice, something like a cheap one, honestly. Since we only don't have a lot of... I mean, we have plenty of gil, but not a lot. Trades, we don't have any, unfortunately, so we'll just have to deal with that later. But I see a purple chest here. Let's take a look at that. Let's just grab some of these items and then open the chest. And our winner is the Timeless Rod. So we have a weapon now for Aerith. But we won't equip that to her until we can have her unlock her Master Arcana War. So that way she don't have to lose it. Because that's one of the abilities you want to have on Aerith, because it's a benefit. I want to see if we can upgrade this. Oh, I guess you can't. Interesting. I thought there was like this thing in here you would upgrade it, but it looks like we can't. Firebolt Blade. Every time I think of Firebolt, I think of the magic attack Firebolt from Damachi. If anyone is a fan of that, then they know what I'm talking about. But anyways, now we have Aerith's weapon. So, like I said, we won't put it on her until we can master her Arcana. And now we're going to find Pico. Let's look around here for some clues. Anyways, this is, so far, the terrain is really impressive. It's a big map. They weren't kidding when they said this game was going to be open world. They were not joking, people. Oh, there's so much stuff you can do so far in this game. It's insanity, honestly, and I'm so psyched to play more of this. But now we got a trail, so we're going to follow the tracks to find Pico. And then once we do, we got ourselves a Chocobo. Believe it or not, Chocobos are one of my favorite creatures of Final Fantasy. They are unique. They're a bird that almost looks like kind of like a chicken. Not really, though. They're very tough creatures, too. I remember in some Final Fantasy games you actually had to fight Chocobos. But we're going to look over here in the menu here. See if we can put anything better on here. Nope, not right now, except for the Hunter's Bangle. But we might not put that on right now. Might save that for someone else later. It's very tempting, though. Sorry about that, folks. Forgot to put my phone on vibrate there. Sorry about that. Anyways, like I said, we're just going to look at some of the gears and stuff for these characters, what we got. I'm keeping Aerith in red for now because I want to understand how red works. He's a very fast, aggressive type.
Come on, y'all. Let's go back up.
Keep it down. When you're on the hunt, you don't want to startle your prey.
Prey? You know we're not here to kill him, right?
Yeah?
Oh my god, Cloud's like, we're gonna hunt. Alright, so we're gonna be stealthy on this one. We cannot let the other Chocobos see us, so we're gonna be... This is gonna be a slow walk here, I guess. We'll try to see if we can pick up speed. So the R2 can pick up a little speed, and circle you can dodge roll. But we cannot let the Chocobos see us, so we're gonna be at least stealthy as much as possible, not them to see us. Alright, so that one's not looking. Let's try to hurry up over here. Gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. Just gonna keep an eye on that little guy. Alrighty, got some rocks. So I'm guessing we're gonna use... So we gotta use these to try to distract Pico so it won't see us. Just hopefully it doesn't hit it by accident. One throw. Oh, spooked it a little. Guess it's got a meter bar that we cannot let it get to the end of, otherwise it'll probably run away. Get closer, 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 and there we go. Alright, we caught Pico. It's a little rough. Little stubborn little guy. Easy, buddy, easy. Oh, there we go. We caught ourselves a Chocobo, people. Let's go. I love these little guys. They're crazy. I remember in Final Fantasy XIII, the little Chocobo.
Aw, isn't he just the cutest? You know, they are kind of similar. Totally.
What does he want now?
Do you think maybe he's still hungry? Sorry, that's all the food we have. But you know where there's more? This place.
Back to the ranch it is then.
Come on. There's our guy. Nothing beats a little taste of home, now does it?
Not so much as a feather out of place. Got one healthy bird here.
Enough to ride?
Sure, though I wouldn't try till he's done eating. Once he's had his fill, though, I'm sure he'll come around to the idea, if we ask him nice. Ain't that right? I'll need to prep his gear and all that, so why don't you wait outside?
Okay, so we gotta wait for him. Hey, it's Chadley.
Hey there.
What a pleasant surprise. You do remember me, don't you?
Of course we remember you. Yeah, the scientist that was, the thing that was made by Hojo.
It was an absolute pleasure working with you in Midgard. Thank you again. Your invaluable intel allowed me to create so much material. Detecting internal monologue. What the hell's this weirdo doing here? I was created by Professor Hojo, you know. Though your thoughts could be read by any cyborg. But to answer your question, I took a page out of your book and skipped town. Now, the whole world's my laboratory. Speaking of which, I have a favor to ask, if it's not too much trouble.
You need more battle intel.
That's the Cloud I know. Always eager to get on with it. But yes, though, I'd like you to activate some Remna Wave towers first. They were originally constructed by the Republic of Junon, but were claimed by Shinra after the war. Since which time they've sat idle and untouched, just waiting for someone to put them to good use. The more towers you activate around the world, the more my processing power will grow. As will the area I can survey. I might even be able to construct a communications network independent of Shinra. How does that sound? You'd not only be helping me, but yourselves as well.
Let's turn 'em on.
Wonderful. I thought you might say something like that. Let's get started then. See that tower? That's your first target. And this will activate it. As the tower's close by, allow me to accompany you.
So now we run into Chadley, which is really impressive. If you remember in Remake, he was the little scientist that had us do intel missions and stuff in battle simulators to create materia. We later find out in his true origin that he was actually a cyborg created by Professor Hojo. And now it looks like he's on outside doing like what we're doing, discovering new things. Well, for us, we're trying to get away. It looks like we got towers. This reminds me of like Horizon and those other open world games that do like you find a tower and then you get everything located on the map.
Tower activation confirmed. Initiating preliminary scan of the grasslands. I'll ascertain the locations of fiends and natural resources. After careful consideration, I have devised a new name for this type of research. I call it World Intel.
World Intel. So enchanting will employ data to you to collect, develop new material, create new simulators, embark on. Okay. Basically, he wants us to do the same thing we did before.
In return, I will use the information you provide to develop new materia. Quid pro quo. To summarize, I want us to become research partners. But before that, is there anything you would like to ask?
Let's ask us some questions here. I always like to ask all the questions.
Special pair of goggles, you can do battle in a virtual arena, regardless of your real-world location. That's the combat simulator, or my combat simulator, as Shinra developed the stationary models first. And fret not, it will never be obsolete. I'll keep it up to date with intel from unique enemy encounters. I will also endeavor to implement all of the summons once I finish analyzing the myths and legends surrounding them, of course. In fact, after poring over stories from the grasslands, I have finished implementing a new one, the towering colossus known as Titan. Engage him at your leisure. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? These communications towers were built by the Republic of Junon in order to further their understanding of the planet. They scan for all manner of signals, which in turn reveal myriad locations of interest, such as long-forgotten ruins and rare natural phenomena. Should you happen to stumble across a tower, please activate it. I must urge you to proceed with caution, though. Feral beasts often claim these installations as their territory. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? Which particular task would you like to learn about? Simply put, life springs are formed when the life stream breaches the planet's surface. To Shinra, the volume of Mako that can be extracted from these springs is insignificant, certainly not worth the expense. But to us, they are a veritable font of knowledge. In order to tap these precious reserves, however, you will first need to find them. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. While it is normal for creatures to adapt to their environment, sometimes these adaptations make them a threat. I would like you to track down and eliminate these creatures, and amass data on them in the process. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. In certain remote areas, fragments of planetary wisdom have coalesced into crystalline forms. Though the knowledge contained within them is vast and varied, one subject is of particular interest to me, that of summons. If you would analyze the crystals in my stead, thus extracting said knowledge from them, I can use it to enhance our materia. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. Ah, yes, I was hoping you would ask. I detected some strange energy signals earlier. My current theory is that they emanate from the remnants of ancient artifacts. But until we investigate, there's simply no telling what the sources might be. And since we have yet to identify them, I have taken the liberty of naming these objects proto-relics. A rather endearing name, if I may say so. At any rate, I would be grateful if you could investigate said curiosities and ultimately recover them for study. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? With each piece of world intel you collect, you will also provide me with the data I need to develop new materia. What I ultimately produce, however, is for you to decide. I look forward to finding out what we can create together. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? In that case, I see no reason not to begin at once. With your activation of this tower, my analysis of the grasslands has already yielded some data. Though hardly substantial, it is enough for me to create materia. Which of these would you like?
I decided to buy the fire and ice materia because that's a good one to have, honestly.
And remember, you're not in this alone. Should you require assistance, just ask.
Combat simulator, basically like we did before in Remake. We enter a simulator, do some battles and stuff. So we have the Titan simulator where if we beat them we get the Titan summon. Like I said, we got the fire and ice materia because you can, with that equipped, you can do fire or blizzard. And that doesn't take away, that way it doesn't take away a lot of space. Nice goggles. So we have Grass Region Intel 1, Level 1, and Know Thy Enemy. That's an interesting one. Looks like we get an enemy skill materia. There's the Titan one. I hear there's a thing where we might wait on that one so we have a higher level so we could take them on better. We're going to keep the default team we have right now just to try out the simulator to see how this fight is. And as you've seen in the combat so far, Cloud has like the dodge where he can now, when he dodges, he can fire wind slashes on enemies. That way he's got some way out of a range attack. Cloud's combat system has been a lot more smoother compared to it was in the first game. Got through them pretty easily.
Only the strong survive.
Oh, I love his victory stance. Sonic Boom. Interesting. Might come in handy later, but for now we probably won't equip that right now. Like I said, we're going to wait a bit on the Titan fight to get some little higher level. And now we're going to get back to the ranch. But look at it, as you see in the map here, we have different types of missions here. Well, not missions, Intel, World Intel missions. I figured they were going to do something like that because, let's see here. From the Legends, there's Summon Crystals, Light Springs, Proto Relic, Towers. So the more towers we find and unlock, that way we can track them easier. But I guess as we gradually progress in the story, it probably will be a lot more tricky. See, the one thing I find new now is the emotion relationships you have with your team now. I hear that's now like a very important thing to have. So now we can call our Chocobo by hitting the R1 button.
So, who here's never been on Chocoback?
I haven't.
Why don't we take a few laps to get you comfortable then? Come with me.
Probably a good idea to do. Because sometimes some Chocobo riding is different from every Final Fantasy game. So it would be best to learn this, and so that way we can get through the progress of this story. And that way we can ride the Chocobo through the swamp. But we might not do that right away. We're probably going to do some intel missions and side missions and stuff like that first before we move forward. Get some new stuff and level up a little bit.
Here's where we get our birds in shape for the races.
What races?
The gold saucers, I mean. They're a big deal in our community. Won't find a ranch around here that doesn't compete.
So you guys race too?
We've been sitting it out since Mom and Dad left. But we're gonna get back in the fight soon and kick the tar out of one particularly nasty weasel. But never you mind all that. You just focus on the basics, like making sure you don't get thrown from the saddle. Why don't you try hopping on Pico and giving me a holler? Okay, but how's about we stretch his legs a bit? That was something else. You and Pico are a perfect match. Might even have what it takes to win a race or two at the Gold Saucer.
We can't thank you enough, Billy.
And look at that, folks. We did it.
Oh, that reminds me.
Ranked up and got all the gear. Well, not gear, just that one item.
Now that the troopers have cleared out, it's probably safe for you to ask around for work. Though, don't run off just yet. My sister's looking for help. Not sure what the trouble is. Didn't want to confide in me for whatever reason. Honestly, she hasn't been herself since Mom left. They did dang near everything together.
You want to lend Chloe a hand?
We need to move on.
True, but moving on costs money. We had fun helping people in Sector 5, right? Same deal.
Odd jobs, which are the side quests. And they also have a community notice board. And now we unlocked fast travel, which really will help through the story because we're going to need that. I heard you can somehow unlock checkpoints too. There's like these stations you got to find, and then once you find it, it unlocks it. So we're going to go pay attention. Go talk to Billy's sister, ask her what she needs. But before that, we're going to take a look at some of the stuff we got here. Cloud is Cure and Fire. Materia, we're going to move it on here. So we got the Chocobo and Moogle. Nice. So Aerith has Shiva, Red has Ifrit, and we have Chocobo and Moogle. Nice. Definitely unique varieties. Now we're going to go talk to Chloe here.
Oh, hey, you're back.
Flowers from the Hill.
Need some help.
You did? Oh, I see. Billy talked to you, didn't he? I've been meaning to go pick flowers, but the plains are way too dangerous for that. I'm sorry to hear that. As a flower lover myself, I sympathize. Well, the thing is, I want to make a flower crown. Mom used to make them for us all the time. So I wanted to give it a try, but with all the monsters, I didn't know how I could. Here's an idea. Maybe we could do the picking for you? Sure. Cloud? Thoughts?
I normally would ask questions, but I feel like the parents thing is a sensitive subject, so we might just skip the questions and say we'll take the job, just to help her out, since she helped her out, and since she and her brother helped out.
Great view of Nibelheim. It's kind of far, but a chocobo will get you there. Thank you so much.
I'd be happy to help her. So this is the stuff you can get from the Chocobo Golden Plumes. They're 2 each, and we only have 2, so we're gonna wait a bit to get more. It's interesting that the team is still part of the fight, except the main ones are Aerith and Red. So Tifa and Barret don't have a health bar thing to help out, so they just probably do support damage and stuff like that. Let's see here, I'm trying to look here. What was I gonna try to find here? No, doesn't look like I'm just drawing a blank, so we're just gonna keep moving here. Open the map, and we're gonna go to the Calm just to check it out, see what happened after the Shinra troops left. So we're going through the tunnel again. So far, the story, the character interaction with new characters in the story have been very impressive. I like the part where Billy called Cloud Pops. Even though Clouds is like in his 20s. That's just funny. And then also the comparing Pico to Cloud and the Tifa and Aerith being goofy and just saying, wow, he looks a lot like him. Then we just gotta climb up this ladder here and we should be back into the calm city. Alright, we made it. Huh? Where's the guy?
Welcome to the inn at home.
Nope, we're good. Where did Broden go? Oh, don't tell me he disappeared. Oh, there he is. Looks like he's just resting.
You're back. I guess that means you managed to shake Shinra.
And then we're just gonna look around, see if there's any side quests, and there's one right there. Talk to this guy here. Mayor of Calm.
You were here to fix them. Never mind. Yeah, we're more like demolition experts. So unless you want us to blow something up. How can you make jokes at a time like this? It's downright distasteful. Anyway, what's going on? It's the Mako pipeline. It sprung a leak. I paid a wandering merc to patch the thing up. I certainly wasn't about to fiddle with critical infrastructure as a layman. Though I thought I'd hear back from them by now. A merc? Yep. Some hotshot from Midgard's Undercity. Or so they claim. Sounds like a pro we ought to get to know. Oh, you'd like to meet them? Well, if you're that keen, would you mind delivering a message for me while you're at it? Our town technician's laid up in bed at the moment, recovering from a fiend attack. We asked Shinra to send someone to fill in, anyone who knows the work, but we haven't heard back. Fortunately for us, that mercenary rolled into town. Without him, we would have been up a creek. It's your standard Mako pipeline, really. Carries a portion of Midgard's yield straight to us. We'd be lost without it. Hence, my anxiety. We need it fixed ASAP. Our tank's got some left, but we'll soon be running on fumes. Makes me sick to my stomach to watch our supply slowly dwindle like this. That's rough, man. But hey, good opportunity to wean yourselves off that poison. Okay, now that one was fun. You will?
I'm gonna take this job here.
Oh, I haven't introduced myself yet. I'm Fritz Bellinger, the mayor here. I'm sure that mercenary is hard at work over at the warehouse outside of town. Mind asking them to give us an update on the repairs? A simple, it's coming along, would suffice. We are working as hard as we can to get the power grid back online.
Okay, now we just gotta look around, see if we can find a notice board here, see what other side mission they want us to do. We'll look around here. That's where we need to go later. There's some odd jobs. Livestock. Rare card lost. Might just do is might take them all. That way we have them in case we need them for something else. Side hustle complete. Okay, so they're quite out of the map, but the grasslands, so just have to focus on certain things for now, and then we'll get from there and figure out from there. So that's where she is, or the flowers, I mean. It's interesting how the side missions are really spread out, which makes things a little more trickier and to focus on what to focus the most first and then move on to figure out the next. I'm gonna go downstairs here, take things out here. But yeah, anyways guys, this is where we were going to stop here today. Thanks for watching this video. If you like this button, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day or night. You stay safe out there. See you later.